If I can't get someone completely obsessed with bats, there's very few people who can.
They're so cute.
I live and breathe bats. You've been very well behaved today, aren't you? It's my passion, my hobby, to study them. 4.1 grams.
It's not an income?
No, I'm volunteering outside of work where I plant trees 30 or 40 hours in a week. It's just full-on bats. Brown long-eared bats inside there. Everyone sees them as being these scary animals. All it is like a small little fluffy thing. I am the chair of the Bat group. We're a group of enthusiasts, volunteers.
Oh, they're quite active, very active.
We meet on a regular occurrence. We put the bat boxes up to see how often we find the bats, mainly for monitoring species populations. So the ring is going on its forearm here. Okay. Bats have a huge impact on keeping insect populations down. Without bats, we'd have a big issue. The thing I love most with bats is there must be so much more. Like when you meet a human being, you know they've got a history. It must be the same for bats. I look at every single bat and I think, what have you done? Where have you been? Who have you seen?
He just is the Batman, you know.
My interest in bats is probably more of an obsession than anything. I actually used to look after a lot of bats for care, and I'd have anything up to 15 bats. You'd be up every 2 hours giving them goat's milk to try and keep them alive.
Would you say that he's a little bit bat crazy?
He'd probably fall into that category, yeah.
Penises are the way forward with identification of a lot of species.
If someone was just walking and you're talking about bat penises, would they think it's a bit strange?
Yeah, all the time. I've been working with bats for 10 years now. I was always interested in the idea of working in wildlife, and it wasn't until I picked up a bat and had it in my hand and realised that this is something I could get really interested in.
He came back one day and it was just, I love bats. I thought James has a lot of fads, it might just pass. And then several years down the line, here we are.
I never realised how obsessed I would get with them. I've missed weddings, birthdays, anniversaries due to bats.
He would just leave me every night. Now he's dialed it back a bit and it's much better. I don't mind him doing his own thing.
Were you being sociable last night?
No, I was batting again. My favourite things to discuss with bats is the myths that surround them. People say bats get stuck on your hair. That's absolute rubbish. They can't get stuck on your hair. Often people say they're blind as a bat. Bats actually have incredible vision. If they can spot an insect as small as a needle head, they can actually see quite well. People feel that vampire bats come and attack you in the night. Well, actually, they used to use fruit bats for vampire films, so they would rub bananas on the necks of actors, and the big fruit bats would come flying across the room and lick the actor to death. It's important that when we do the handling that people have their rabies vaccinations. You should step away from the computer screens and actually go outside and experience something like bats or birds or anything in nature, rather than sat inside a cold, dingy house. People would feel a lot happier. Most of the time people see endangered wildlife as a picture on Google rather than actually going out and experiencing it. People can see the wildlife, they just need to get up and go and experience it for themselves.